is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. And we begin with your weekend forecast. Some rain finally on the way. Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera joins us from the Next Weather Sphere.
Two words you typically don't want together, weekend and rainfall, but this time we got to do it here for Sunday particularly and heading into Monday as well. We're going to have some showers and thunderstorms, everybody. Checking in on a nice kickoff to the weekend right now with temperatures in the 80s. We're sitting at 84 in Kendall, one of the warmer spots, but in fact, it's not the warmest here. I'll show you some of the rest of the temperatures as we continue to track this insistent moisture that's going to be coming in. That's going to be beneficial for all of us. But let's check in on the numbers here. Some of us have been in the upper 80s earlier this afternoon. We've come down a bit, so we're 82 right now, heading up towards Pompano Beach, 83 out towards the Weston. We're looking at low 80s generally across Broward County as we slide a little further south. Temperature is much cooler. You get that ocean breeze right off the water there. So places like Key Biscayne and heading up into Aventura, looking at upper 70s and then lower 80s as you get away from the cooler water. Temperatures back into the 80s in the Keys as well. As far as the cloud cover, there hasn't been that much activity through the afternoon. We talked about this yesterday, right? So morning moisture was going to involve some showers here, and we were tracking that earlier this morning, but at this point things have quieted down. Skies have just completely melted here as far as dry air coming in, and we are looking for blue skies for the rest of the evening. Going to be a nice sunset underway as everything gets pushed towards the west. So we have big changes ahead for the weekend. So we are going to moisten up the atmosphere. There's going to be disturbances, all sorts of things coming together for better and bigger rain chances for us here. As this area of high pressure departs, we're going to allow the rainfall to begin to move in. And this pattern is generally going to hold into the early part of next week. So let's take a look at Next Weather rain trackers. You can plan the rest of your evening. And as I mentioned, everything again sliding off towards the west. So rain chances 0 for the rest of the day. Looking good. And then for tomorrow, southeasterly wind instead of a due east wind. That's going to help us out with increasing moisture, and then by the afternoon we'll start looking at some showers and storms. But tomorrow, despite the fact that we have 30% coverage, I think the steering currents are going to be weak enough so these storms that develop over the Everglades will kind of push a little bit further east, but most of us won't see that action. And so I think for the most part it's looking drier to me than Sunday is, because Sunday we will have a stronger push towards the coast. So when the storms do develop, and that won't happen until late day, you can see them pushing off towards the east. And we're going to have a late day event as far as the rainfall here. Totals between Sunday and Monday, I think looking healthier, 1 to 2 inches possible, certainly as the thunderstorms get going here. So that is going to be beneficial rainfall. May not be much, may not sound like much, I should say, right? But that southeast wind as opposed to an east wind is helping us out with the rip currents. Where now we have a moderate threat for tomorrow. I still would swim near a lifeguard, just to be extra cautious, but otherwise an improving situation there. There you see the rain chances coming up for Sunday and Monday at 40 to then 50%. That'll be our peak because, yes, dry air comes right back in. And so beyond Tuesday, rain chances back to around 10 to 20 for the rest of the week.
Ivan, thank you. A Doral high school teacher has been arrested. He is accused of having sex with a 17-year-old student. According to the arrest report, 28-year-old Edian Villar was caught having sex with a student in a classroom yesterday. It happened at J.C. Bermudez Senior High. He's facing several charges, including unlawful sexual activity with a minor and child abuse. Another teacher walked in on him having sex with the 17-year-old student. We talked to a 19-year-old senior as he was leaving class. This is what he had to say.
Basically, the teachers share like a combined space, and the teacher, I guess, caught them together.
How does that affect the morale of the school?
I mean, it doesn't look good, but yeah, besides that, everybody's, down.
The school principal sent out a robocall to parents and said the teacher has been removed from the school. Now to a deadly accident on the Sawgrass Expressway in Coral Springs. This happened overnight at University Drive. At least one person was killed in the violent crash. Police have not updated us on any of the details. Traffic was closed during the investigation, but it is back open at this hour. A man is dead. A second is hurt. It's after gunfire rang out in a Pompano Beach neighborhood. Bullets shattered windows and left holes in the walls of an apartment. This happened around 10:30 last night. This is in the area of Southwest 1st Avenue and 33rd Street. One neighbor reports hearing 10 to 15 gunshots. The Broward Sheriff's Office is asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers. Number is 954-493-TIPS. An Army combat veteran was executed last night. Jeffrey Hutchinson was sentenced to death for killing his girlfriend and her 3 young children. It happened back in 1998. He is the 4th person executed this year in Florida. He had long claimed that he was innocent. The labor market is looking better. A new jobs report shows unemployment holding steady. CBS News Miami's Bradley Blackburn takes a closer look at the very latest numbers.
So far, the U.S. labor market appears to be fairly insulated from President Trump's ongoing trade wars. Employers added 177,000 jobs in April, and unemployment remains steady at 4.2%. But payrolls for the previous 2 months were revised downward by 58,000 jobs.
Sometimes we look at a revision as maybe an indication of what lies ahead.
Economists are still bracing for the full impact of the tariffs. Transportation and warehousing added 29,000 jobs last month, likely due to stockpiling before the tariffs took effect.
I think when you saw the surge of imports, we had to get them someplace. So that accounts for the increase in transportation and warehousing.
Federal worker Shay Ginorio of Overland Park, Kansas, got a pink slip last month.
It said effective June 2nd, but you will be placed on immediate leave.
But because the Labor Department does not count administrative leaves, terminations like hers are not reflected in the report. She visited a job fair just hours after her ouster.
So I need to figure out what I'm going to do, sell all my things, and get out of here.
Analysts say hiring is tepid in areas like media, finance, and tech. And the president's tariffs could affect graduating college seniors looking for jobs.
So a lot of companies have pressed pause. What that means is they are waiting to see how the tariff situation is going to impact their hiring.
According to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, hiring expectations have dropped from the fall survey. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
A big weekend in South Florida. Tens of thousands of people are here for the Miami Grand Prix. And while the big race is set for Sunday, there's plenty of action underway. Chopper 4 gives us a bird's eye view of the track. If you're in the area, the first practice for the race got underway this afternoon. This will lead to closures around Hard Rock Stadium today and all weekend long. Today, Northwest 199th Street between 27th Avenue to the 14th Court will be closed from 6 to 9 p.m. Also, exit 2X will be closed on the Turnpike. On Saturday, the Turnpike exits will remain closed. 199th Street will be closed from 4:30 to 7:30 at night. On Sunday, 199th Street will be closed from 5 to 8. The Turnpike exits will be closed until midnight. From the track to the sky, thousands from South Florida and around the world are heading to Fort Lauderdale this weekend. The Fort Lauderdale Air Show is returning to Fort Lauderdale Beach. The Blue Angels are up in the sky practicing today before the big show. For information surrounding the action-packed weekend, just go to our website. It is cbsmiami.com. When we come back, countdown to Conclave.
The sight? Yuck. And the stench? Even worse. But now, seaweed is being used to help build the future.
I had the opportunity to talk with a local innovator who's turning an environmental problem into an opportunity.
Monday at 5:30.
I'm Erica Gonzalez. Coming up Monday on CBS News Miami Morning Edition, Sean Diddy Combs on trial. We're live in New York City as jury selection gets underway in his sex trafficking and racketeering case. Plus, it's Hurricane Preparedness Week, why the experts say it's important to think about more than just the basics. That and much more Monday morning at 6.
3, 2, 1, ignition, engines full power, and liftoff. Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
A grand sight at Cape Canaveral. A SpaceX rocket lighting up the night sky off the Florida coast. On board, 28 satellites heading to low orbit Earth. According to SpaceX, this is the 18th flight for this mission. Preparations for the Conclave are underway. Crews installed the chimney on the roof of the Sistine Chapel today. The Conclave will use the chimney to signal they have selected a new pope. We will be watching for white smoke, which means the new pope has been selected. Black smoke means no candidate has received the majority of votes. The Conclave begins next week. Apple CEO Tim Cook says tariffs could cost his company $900 million this quarter. Most iPhones are produced in China, and that has been highly targeted by President Trump's tariff policies. But the Trump administration announced in April smartphones are exempt from tariffs on Chinese imports. That would reduce the total tariff rate from at least 145% to a minimum of 20%. Apple has shifted some of its iPhone production to India. Okay, so it is finally Friday, our favorite day of the week. Here's CBS News Miami's Lisa Petrillo with something to whet your appetite for tonight's Taste of the Town.
What kind of cookies are we making there, Jonathan?
These are our raspberry spritz butter cookies.
Butter cookies. We've got a sweet Taste of the Town coming your way. I'm Lisa Petrillo here at JW Pastry, and we are in Davie. You guys have been here for how long now, John?
15 years now. July will be 15 years.
So if you were to describe what JW Pastry is all about, because I hear about the lines, what is it? What is it in general? You can come here for what?
Oh, it's basically the quality of pastries that you get. It's really much more than where you can get anywhere else. We're really particular about what we put out, and our customer service is fantastic. We don't have a menu. We've been running 15 years without a menu. We do have some standardized type items, but we do seasonal. We do what we feel like doing, what the customers want.
So breakfast, lunch, and specialty breakfast is on the weekend as well, right?
Correct. We do specialty breakfast sandwiches on the weekend, and we do specialty focaccias. We change the menus every week.
All right, well, it is Taste the Town. Lots of sweet treats to talk about and more. I'm Lisa Petrillo. We'll see you soon on CBS News at 5:30 for Taste of the Town.
And that's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.